Happy Friday and happy Valentine's Day, and welcome to the 12 News Digital Digest on WJTV.com. I'm Marcus James.
And I'm Sienna Reeves. Here's a look at the top 12 trending stories of the week. The city of Jackson declares a state of emergency as the Pearl River rises. They also issued a mandatory evacuation order for some low-lying areas. The river is expected to crest at 38 feet on Sunday. Neighbors should plan to be away from their homes for a few days.
If you live in upper northeast Jackson towards the river, you need to consider evacuating by Saturday and make plans to be away from your home for potentially 3 to 4 days.
Find more information about the evacuation order on WJTV.com.
A shelter is now open for flood victims in Jackson. It's located at the Jackson Police Training Academy on St. Charles Street. There will be beds and showers for flood victims to use until further notice. If you need sandbags, you can pick some of those up on Michael Avalon Street.
The city of Ridgeland is also taking precautions because of the flooding. Mayor Jean McGee issued a mandatory evacuation order for neighbors who live in the Harbor Pond subdivision. The subdivision could see as much as 4 feet of water. Leaders say neighbors will be informed on when it's safe to return to their homes.
Richland Mayor Pat Sullivan also declared a state of emergency because of the flooding from the Pearl River. Now, low-lying areas on the north end of the city are expected to flood. Now, there's also flooding from the Pearl River in Carthage.
Workers and volunteers with the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic work to protect the animals inside from the water. They put sandbags down all around the shelter. Staff and volunteers say they've been working tirelessly to make sure animals are safe.
There are people in this country and in this community that care and that they love each other. And this community has come together again, unlike anything I've ever seen.
Some of them have been here since yesterday evening, some early this morning before daylight, trying to get things going.
12 News has learned that all of the animals inside the shelter are safe and sound. You can stay up to date with your forecast by downloading the free 12 News Weather app. You can find it on Apple Store and on Google Play. In the meantime, the city of Jackson is under a precautionary boil water alert. This is due to a high level of cloudiness in the water. The notice does not include well water connections. Customers are asked to boil their water for 1 minute before using it.
Legendary rodeo clown Lucille Harris passed away shortly after the final performance of the Dixie National Rodeo. Former Governor Phil Bryant tweeted out his condolences along with a photo of himself and Harris. The DeSoto County native starred in the hit TV show Hee Haw for 5 years, and the 83-year-old was also inducted into the Mississippi Rodeo Hall of Fame.
A fire in Clinton took the lives of a mother and her 6 children last Saturday. Investigators say the fire started in the attic and the cause was electrical. Firefighters immediately started putting water on the fire but were not able to go inside at the time due to the heat. 5 people were found in a front bedroom and 2 more were found in a bedroom towards the back of the house. The family lived in a rental home, and Mayor Phil Fisher said rental homes are inspected every 2 years. He also read the fire safety requirements regarding burglar bars over the windows.
And such devices shall be releasable or removable from the inside without the use of a key, tool, or force greater than that which is required for normal operation of the escape and rescue opening. So, I guess on the question of the burglar bars, it does not seem that that was the way it was in the house at this time.
The father, Jake Presley, was critically injured in the fire.
A 26-year-old woman is charged with murder in connection to a deadly shooting on Eminence Road in Jackson. Police say Angel Smoot shot the victim on Monday, and the victim died from her injuries on Wednesday. Now, investigators believe the shooting resulted in a dispute between the two. And Dr. William Bynum Jr. resigns as president of Jackson State University after being arrested in a prostitution sting.
Bynum is one of the 17 people arrested in Clinton. One of the other suspects is a JSU professor. The professor has been identified as Shonda McCarthy. Bynum and McCarthy are both out of bail on bond with a pending court date. Right now, the State College Board is looking for Bynum's replacement, and students are still trying to grapple with what happened.
I see him around campus all the time. I've held conversations with him, and he just seemed like a nice guy, like a family guy, and I was proud to have him as my president. And so to see this, it's kind of like, wow, like I'm embarrassed.
Thomas Hudson is now the acting president of Jackson State.
All schools in the new Learning Resources District will stay open. Now that includes the new Summit School and Oxford University School. The announcement comes after the founder of the district, Dr. Nancy New, and her son were charged in one of the largest embezzlement cases in the state history last week. Now we have an update to this year's HAL'S St. Paddy's Day Parade.
Things are going to be slightly different, but it's all in the spirit of making sure everyone can have fun. The parade and the after party will now be two separate events. The parade, which includes the children's parade, pet parade, and carnival, will be free. Now the after party, which will be out front of HAL'S, will have a $10 cover and be for a profit event designed with adults in mind. This year's theme is 2020. Here's Looking at Rude Kid. The parade is on March 28th. And remember, news, weather, and sports are available 24/7 at WJTV.com on our news and weather apps.
And as always, be sure to engage us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And as always, we'll be back next Friday with next week's top 12 trending stories.